He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. But what if your whole life is a search for that why? This is the story of Friedrich Nietzsche, philosopher, poet, prophet, and a man who burned too brightly for the world. Born in 1844 in the small Prussian village Reckinn, Nietzsche was the son of a Lutheran pastor. Tragedy struck early. His father died when Friedrich was just 5, and soon after, his younger brother too. The boy who believed in God began to ask, why does he remain silent? By age 14, Nietzsche was already writing music and poetry. He studied theology, philology, philosophy. At 24, he became the youngest professor ever appointed at the University of Basel. But academia couldn't hold him. Nietzsche was never interested in footnotes. He wanted to ignite souls. He suffered from blinding migraines, poor eyesight, and chronic illness. But his pain wasn't just physical, it was existential. He felt alienated from society, misunderstood by peers, and increasingly alone. So he left the university. He wandered. Switzerland, France, Italy, alone. Always alone, but with a notebook in hand. From his solitude came fire. In the birth of tragedy, he praised the ancient Greeks not for their logic, but for embracing chaos and myth. Critics mocked him. He was dismissed. But he wrote on. Then came the lightning bolts. His works. Thus spoke Zarathustra. The gay science. Beyond good and evil? Ecce homo. And with them, the famous declaration, God is dead. But this wasn't celebration, it was mourning. Nietzsche didn't mean that a literal God had died. He meant that the modern world in its worship of science, reason, and progress had killed the need for higher meaning. And with that came a vacuum, a danger greater than belief. Emptiness. What do we do when the old values vanish? Who do we become in a world without a compass? Instead, he gave us the Übermensch, not a superior race or tyrant, as it was later misused. Nietzsche didn't give easy answers, but a person who creates their own values, lives authentically, and dares to become. But that journey comes at a cost. He ran to it, threw his arms around its neck and collapsed, weeping. If you gaze long into the abyss, he warned, the abyss also gazes into you. And in 1889, in the streets of Turin, Nietzsche broke. Legend says he saw a horse being beaten. He never spoke coherently again. For the final 11 years of his life, Nietzsche lived in silence, his brilliant mind swallowed by madness. His sister Elizabeth took control of his writings, distorting them to fit her nationalist, anti-Semitic ideology. The man who urged the world to become who you are was reduced to a myth he would have hated. Yet Nietzsche's words survived. His ideas exploded across the 20th century. In Freud's psychology, Sartre's existentialism, Camus' absurdism, he once wrote, "One must still have chaos in oneself to give birth to a dancing star." Nietzsche gave us galaxies. His work was not designed to comfort. It was meant to provoke, to awaken. And those who were seen dancing, he said, were thought to be mad by those who could not hear the music. Maybe you felt that way, misunderstood, out of place, full of questions with no easy answers. If so, Nietzsche has already spoken to you. His voice wasn't just a whisper in the past. It's the roar behind your restless thoughts. And though he died in silence, he taught us. Life's meaning isn't given, it's created by you. If this story moved you, consider subscribing. More cinematic biographies await: Darwin, Turing, Chopin, and more.